Okay, for 51, these are the easier ones that you can almost, I think you could probably look at them. Again, since there's no number in front, you're just going to see what multiplies to give you 100 but adds to give you a negative 20. Well, I know that this is just going to be D in the front, and then 100. Well, 10 times 10 is equal to 100, and then 10 plus 10 is equal to 20. So this is going to be a negative 10, and this is going to be a negative 10. And the reason why is a negative 10 times a negative 10 gives you 100, and a negative 10 and a negative 10 adds to be a negative 20. So those should be pretty easy. Same thing with this one. Again, also you have to remember if the middle term disappears, because it's a perfect square, and then one has to be negative and one has to be positive. Well, 81, what's the squares of 80, or what square gives you 81? Well, that's 9. So 9 times 9 is 81. And then in order for those to disappear, one has to be positive and one has to be negative. So, and again, a negative 9 and a positive 9 give you a negative 81. And then a negative 9 and a positive 9, whenever you add those, they disappear. So that one again is not not too bad. Let's look at number 53. This is one we did 9-3. We did actually 9-2. We actually did right before, and this one shouldn't be bad. It's asking, what is the vertex? Well, the vertex is the very center. So what is that point right there? That point is 0, -1. So that means that eliminates both of those options. And then since that is at the top of the parabola, that is considered a maximum. So the answer to that one is C. Same thing with this one. I just gave you 2 of them so you could get a little more practice on it. Again, the vertex is the very center of it. And so what is that point right there for number 54? Well, that is -2, -4. So that means you can eliminate these two. And that parabola is a minimum because everything else is above it. So that one is going to be C. Now, if you look at number 55, it says that it's a word problem. The area of a playground is 50 square yards. The length of the playground is 2 times longer than its width. Find the length and width of the playground. Well, you could take the multiple choice options and play with them, but this is technically how to set up the equation. We know that area is equal to length times width. Well, the area, they tell us, is 50. And then they've said that the length is 2 times the width. So that means that's 2 times the width. And then the width is actually going to be W. So that means that 50 is equal to 2W squared. So if I wanted to find out what number would work in there, if you're having trouble, you could always look at your multiple choice options and see which one is going to fit there. So if one is 2 times the second one, what can I plug in there to see? Well, the width 20. 20 squared is going to be 5. Let me show you the options. I'm sorry. 20 squared, let me write this down, 50 equals 2W squared. If I put 20 in there for the width, 40 squared is going to be way bigger, so I know it can't be that one. 5 squared is 25, and then 25 times 2 is 50, so that is possible. So I'm going to look at that and see, okay, is 5 times 2 10? Yes, and 10 times 5 is 50. So it does work out, and the answer is going to be A. But you could check these other ones. So plug in my 10. 10 squared is 100 times 2 is 200. Cannot be that one. Let's plug in 2.5. 2.5 times 2.5 is, let me grab my calculator.